So you're thinking of moving to Oklahoma City, and you're wondering what would be the best suburb for you. My name is Kinsley and I'm a local realtor here in the Oklahoma City, Edmond metro, and I love getting to help people every single day and just helping them find their Oklahoma dream homes. Whether you're thinking about moving in 10 days or 10 months, I would love to be able to connect with you and potentially help you on your move. All of the ways that you can reach me are going to be in the description box below. And again, if you just have questions, if you want to learn a little bit more, maybe ask something I didn't cover in this video, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to be able to connect with you. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 suburbs of Oklahoma City, 5 popular suburbs that as I'm talking to people, these tend to be the 5 that people are drawn to. And make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to include one of my personal favorites, and based on the name of my channel, you might be able to guess it, but I'm going to leave that one for the end, so make sure you stick till then to hear all about it. So the first one on the list is Norman. Norman is known as being kind of the college town. It houses the University of Oklahoma, and because of that, it brings a lot to the city. There's a lot of food options, there's a lot of entertainment options, and of course, a very social community just with the university being down there. When you're looking at the schools of Norman, Norman Public Schools tend to be one of the higher rated school districts in the Oklahoma City metro, and because of the proximity to the University of Oklahoma, there's a lot of additional resources and events that can be poured into the school district, again, because of that proximity to the university. Also, thanks to the proximity of the university, there is a vibrant cultural scene with a lot of different entertainment options, including arts festivals, museums, music festivals, and if you are one for wanting to be outside, there are different parks and outdoor activities. You have Lake Thunderbird, which is there in Norman, and then several other city parks offering really a wide range of things to do outside, especially in those nicer months when it is a little bit prettier and good temperatures outside. When you're looking at housing and affordability, it tends to be one of the affordable suburbs of Oklahoma City. Really, as you're looking at Oklahoma as a whole, the areas and the houses tend to be a lot more affordable than many other places that maybe people are moving from. But if you're looking at Norman, it definitely falls within that. It tends to be one of the affordable options that you have. Because of the community, the university, the different arts and everything that it has to offer, there really is a lot of good dining options as well. Some really nice shopping centers that really house a lot of different shops and restaurants and things like that. And so overall, I think as you're looking at Norman, it really is a good option for a lot of people. The next one is right in between Norman and Oklahoma City, and it is Moore. So it's just south of the city, but again, north of Norman. And it is another very popular suburb of Oklahoma City. It also ranks in education, tends to be ranked as one of the higher school districts within the state of Oklahoma. If you're looking for things to do, it definitely has restaurants, shops, has the Moore Warren Theater, which is definitely a popular theater, and then tons of parks throughout the city as well. When you're looking at the city, there are a lot of community events that are planned, and so I definitely feel like this is one of those suburbs that people are drawn to for the community feel and atmosphere that you can get. When you're looking at housing costs and kind of the cost of living, Moore is probably going to be one of the more affordable options as we're looking at all of these suburbs today. That really is drawing a lot of people there. There's also a good diversity of housing from single family homes to townhouses, whereas some of the suburbs you might be a little more limited. You might be, have more single family versus townhouses and that sort of thing, whereas Moore has a pretty good range of both of those, I would say. As you're looking at the community, you really are getting a very friendly, really a supportive community. As you look at the history of just past tornadoes and weather damage, I feel like Moore is a community that really is able to come together and really support one another through these really difficult and challenging times. And it's known for just being welcoming and supportive to, really everybody. And so I think with housing costs, with proximity to the city, all the things that go into it, Moore is a really great option for a lot of people. Number 3 on the list is Yukon. Yukon is west of Oklahoma City, so we're kind of working our way around, and this has definitely become a much more popular suburb of Oklahoma City within the past decade or so. You definitely get that suburban feel, but you are still really close to the city, and you really have easy proximity to getting to a lot of those things in the city, like the airport and just different things around the city. Yukon Public Schools are also a pretty well-regarded school district, and one thing that I want to say and kind of pause in here is that everything that I'm saying, I am getting from different resources. And so I definitely suggest that you go, greatschools.com is a good resource, niche.com is a good resource, and you're able to kind of look at exactly what are people saying about these specific school districts, how are they ranked within the state. And so I always suggest that you go look at those websites specifically, but kind of based on some overarching research, this is me kind of sharing that with you. School districts tend to be well regarded, kind of putting an emphasis on student involvement and academic excellence. The community really invests in the schools, making it desirable for especially families with children who are still going to be in schools. Yukon has a lot of activities, sports facilities, and parks, and a lot of this really does draw, kind of like I said, those families to Yukon for all of those things that it offers with, again, sports with kids or things like that. Yukon has a wide range of housing options with older established neighborhoods, but then also the newer subdivisions coming in. And again, like many of the suburbs, it tends to be a more affordable option. And like I mentioned, really it's been booming in the last decade. And so there's been a lot of economic growth within Yukon, specifically as new businesses are forming, more small businesses coming in. You have shopping centers and restaurants, really giving a lot of amenities to the people who live in Yukon. So Yukon is definitely a popular one. There's a lot of reasons that people are moving to it. Number 4 on the list is Mustang. Mustang is southwest of Oklahoma City. It gets a little more of that rural charm, but still is definitely a suburb and has lots of different amenities, but it might feel a little more out than maybe Moore or Yukon or some of those other ones. Again, like the others, Mustang Public Schools tends to be on the higher rated schools within Oklahoma City Metro. The district has seen a lot of growth, which has been able to allow for them to make some updates and upgrades at different school sites. I would say it really offers a blend of that suburban, rural living. So people who maybe want to have a little more privacy, be a little farther out from the city, but still want to have a lot of the amenities, still want to have proximity to the city. Mustang, I think, is a good option for that. Mustang has a pretty strong community feel to it, very community minded, as they have lots of different community activities. They have their annual Western Days Festival, kind of celebrating its history and really just the community coming together, which I think lends to a tight-knit community feel within the city of Mustang. Mustang definitely offers some more affordable options, maybe tending to be one of the more affordable suburbs of Oklahoma City. So this definitely attracts a good number of people because of the affordability, but then again, all those other things that we talked about with that community feel. And there are still a lot of amenities. There's still restaurants, there's still grocery stores, maybe not as many as some of the others, but those things that you would maybe need running to the store, that sort of thing, you still have those within pretty close proximity to you. And then number 5 on my list, but again, one of my personal favorites, this is where I live, this is really where I do my day-to-day, is Edmond. Edmond consistently ranks as being one of the best suburbs of Oklahoma City. There's a lot of factors that go into this, from schools to what people say is just the overall quality of life. So when you're looking at the schools, Edmond is split up really into 2 school districts. You have Edmond Public Schools and Deer Creek Public Schools, and both of those consistently rank highly on kind of looking at the schools of Oklahoma, of the Oklahoma City suburbs. And then Edmond also has the University of Central Oklahoma and Oklahoma Christian University. Both of these universities are within Edmond, but I don't think by any means Edmond feels like a college town like maybe Norman would. Some of that is, of course, the athletics are not too at the high of standard as OU is, but you still get some of those perks, I guess, of having the universities in the town without really feeling like a college town. When you're looking at the overall different activities, you have different art festivals and just different community events that happen throughout the year, whether it be Herd on Herd, which is where a lot of different vendors come to downtown. You've got lots of different activities throughout the year with Christmas lights, and then the spring, and then the summer, and just different events really throughout the whole year. There's tons of parks and recreational facilities. There's also a ton of golf courses as you are driving around. So if you are a big golfer, Edmond might be a good place for you. It seems like on pretty much every couple miles you see a really nice, well-maintained golf course. As you're looking at the housing and cost of living, I would say Edmond is going to be one of the higher priced suburbs of Oklahoma City. But again, as you're comparing it to a lot of other national averages, it still tends to be very affordable. One thing that I think is really helpful for a lot of people is where some places, some cities, some states, you're not able to enter the market less than really $400,000. Whereas here in Edmond, there are still homes available in the 200,000s. Every once in a while, you might find some in the higher hundreds. And so I think that still makes Edmond an affordable option for a lot of people moving here, and they're still able to find a lot of bang for their buck. But if you're comparing it to other suburbs of Oklahoma City, you're going to find that it tends to be higher price than some of those other suburbs. Edmond, I would say, has a pretty good, strong local economy, lots of businesses, lots of opportunities for working, whether it be in the education, healthcare, or finance fields. Again, lots of different opportunities that I couldn't list them all, but overall, it's known for having a pretty good job market and local economy. So there you have it. There are 5 of what some might say are the best or most popular suburbs of Oklahoma City. Again, if you're thinking about moving to the city, moving to any of these suburbs, I would love it if you would reach out to me. I'd love just to be able to connect with you and to potentially help you on your move to Oklahoma. I know moving can be a big strain and a big stress, and so I love trying to make that process as easy and as seamless for you as possible. So thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I'll catch you in my next one.